Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bowman here today, and I'm here sharing with you my first layout using the November Kip Kits. I am nearly crying at the moment because I just filmed this did this voiceover on mute the whole 11 minutes, and I've gone to play it back to just double check that the sound was okay, and it's blank. So I'm doing it again. So anyway, this is my first layout using these kits. I've used the cut file from Ashley, one of the exclusives to the kit, and it was a background Christmas tree cut file. And what I did was ungroup that file and selected the parts that I wanted. So I wanted sort of like a third to a half of the page with just the Christmas trees going vertically, and I didn't want the rest of them cut out, so I deleted what I didn't want and then sent it to my Cameo to cut out that way. So what I'm doing now is I've gone through my pattern papers and I've ended up selecting this pink paper. I felt like it really made the trees pop. So I've selected that pink paper, and it has sort of gold stars on the background. I did try and was going to go through and maybe back the trees with a different piece, but the more I thought about it, the more I sort of decided against it. I really liked how much that pink paper did sort of contrast with the white, and yeah, I liked the effect that it gave. So just while I was telling you that, I went through the Pink Fresh Studio ephemera pack and collected all of the ephemera that either had a black and white sort of outlined look, or that had a green or a blue or a pink colouring to them. That's just to make it easier for when I'm actually assembling the layout, that I've gathered all of the bits and pieces that will work on the layout, and that means that I don't have to spend a lot of time sifting through and trying to add those little finishing touches. I love embellishing, and that's, you know, one of my favourite parts of this sort of layout creation process. And yeah, when I do that, it just makes everything flow that bit nicer. I've backed the photos on one of the exclusive papers. It's sort of an ombre, I don't even know what colour, do you call that? Teal? I think you do. Tealy sort of colour, and it's got a sort of blue and teal colour on the back as well. So I've used either side of that paper to back the photos. Then I've used some of the 3x4 cards that were exclusive to the kit as well to just add an extra layer. One of them is blue and it says naughty or nice, and I just thought that was cute. And the other one's just a white card with sort of black sketchy sort of stripes on it, or dots on it. I've just now using, so you can see that I've pushed those embellishments I collected to the side, but they're what I'll work from when I'm adding those those embellishments to the page. I'll just go into that little stash to the side. I'm using the acrylic stars from the kits as well that were exclusive pieces, and these are amazing. I said it on my unboxing video, but I'm gonna say it again. The gold ones, I need 100 of them. They are so pretty, shiny, foily looking pieces. They're beautiful. So I think I've used them all on this layout, which is sad for me, but they are very, very, very pretty. I've also used some of the the tealy coloured ones on the layout. I'm using these shine thickers, and I found that they stick really, really well to that backing sheet. So when you peel them off the sheet that they come on, just be careful, because I did ruin a couple by peeling them too quickly, and it exposed one of the core, the layers to the chipboard, and left the sticky part on the sheet. So yeah, I just recommend working carefully with those when you peel them off. So I'm up to adhering some of my bits and pieces, and the reason that I'm hearing this sort of photo cluster there is so that I can start sort of getting down in concrete those embellishments that I've collected and that I want to use. I've added a doily from my stash, and it's something that I do add to most of my layouts, and as I've said before, I sort of feel like my page isn't finished without that little pretty feminine little doily touch to it. So yeah, I've added one of those. I've also added, and I'm adhered right then, some photo corners from some of the scraps of paper that I had cut, and I've added those to that top left corner and bottom right corner because my embellishments are sort of going in that diagonal direction, and I feel like by adding that to the top and bottom that it's drawing your attention back into the photos and into where that journaling is. So I'll tend to do that if I feel like it's the design needs it. Don't do it all the time, but there are some pages where I feel like it needs that sort of anchoring thing to bring your eyes back in. So what I'm doing now, because I've added the photos in, I've just double checked that my microphone isn't on mute and it's working, so that's good. I'm adding in those pink fresh embellishments, and I have layered a label to the left of the photo of my son and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this present. You can see little hands there. They're Charlotte's hands. She wanted to take my flare badge, and then shortly she'll want to take, I think, my washi tape. I'm filming at the moment from my kitchen table, and that's so that I can get some projects done that I need to get done. My craft room, as I've shared in a previous video, is outside, and because my kiddies are 1 and 3, I can't create during the day, and I want to be spending the time with them and going on the different activities that I do with them, like play groups, and my daughter does dancing and that sort of thing. So my crafting time is at night. But when we have been home this week, because I've set up on the kitchen table, I've been able to have a few little moments to work on things, and that's the joy of filming videos, is that you can sort of, like you do on a scrapbook page, you can stop and start. So I can pause a recording and start re-recording half an hour later, and we wouldn't know, apart from the lighting might change a little bit. So it's been really nice being able to have that creative time during the day, but because I'm on the table, it's certainly not going to be a permanent thing. And my husband did remind me tonight, what's happening with your craft room out there? So I've moved everything back outside. So that was his little nudge to me to get my stuff back outside, basically, and off the kitchen table, because it's been about a week now of being on the table getting things done in my time throughout the day. So I haven't talked about these photos. Now, every Christmas I kick myself that I either don't get photos with my kids, or I don't take enough photos on Christmas Day. I think that I'm so busy sort of enjoying the day or spending the day with my kids that although I'm at one of those mums that has my camera out all the time, I just don't take many on Christmas Day. So I made a conscious effort last year to take a selfie with each of my kids, and this is the result of those. The photos aren't perfect. Certainly the one of my son and I isn't perfect. There's big glare sort of coming in from the side onto his face, but they're the photos that I took, and they're documenting the day. It was his first Christmas, so it was definitely something that I wanted to be recording, and I know that my goal for this Christmas is to get a family photo, because we just didn't get one last year, and I was determined to last year, and the day just was over in a flash, and we didn't. So what I'm doing now is I wanted to record these photos. I'm going to call this layout something really original, and it's Christmas Day selfies. I've used the selfies for the stickers, and I'm using these October afternoon stickers to do the Christmas, and then the smaller, tinier stickers to do day. And I popped them vertically just so that I could fit that word, the word day in. And that's pretty much the layout. I hope that you've enjoyed this video today. I'll be back soon with some more shares. Here's some close-ups, and I'll see you soon. Bye.